Wrestling Trivia Challenge! The game rules. There are 5 categories with 5 questions per category worth 100 to 500 points. All the questions in one category will be asked, and then the next, and then so on. No points will be deducted for wrong answers, so feel free to take a guess. There will be 15 seconds to respond before the next question. The categories are 1. Animals of the Ring. 2. NXT. 3. Going Nowhere. 4. Before the Undertaker. 5. WCW Cruiserweights. 1. Animals of the Ring. Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair formed this buzzing tag team in the World Wrestling Federation from 1985 to 1988 and later on the independent circuit. He fully cultivated his gimmick of a menacing imbecile who would rip turnbuckles apart with his teeth. His name suited his wild behavior and excessive body hair. The Road Warriors are a Hall of Fame tag team and go by these wild names individually. The word thump, which referred to his power slam, was prominently displayed on his wrestling trunks. Ernest Miller used this animal nickname in both WCW and WWE.
The Killer Bees. George the Animal Steel. Hawk and Animal. The Junkyard Dog. The Cat.
2. NXT. The inaugural champion was decided by a tournament with Seth Rollins defeating this man. On February 27, 2014, NXT held its first live 2-hour special event, which was called This, which was also the first live in-ring program broadcast on the WWE Network. This wrestler was the second NXT champion. He'd later go on to breaking the WWE Tag Team title longest reign with The New Day. Pro Wrestling Illustrated awarded these two NXT wrestlers Match of the Year for 2015. Aiden English and Simon Gotch together make up this team, the seventh team to hold the NXT Tag Team titles.
Jinder Mahal. NXT Arrival. Biggie Langston. Bailey and Sasha Banks. The Vaudevillians.
3. Going Nowhere. This was hatched from an oversized egg, which had been on display at WWF events for months prior to Survivor Series 1990 and was heavily hyped on television. However, crowd reaction to the gimmick was extremely negative, with fans loudly booing. Even before taking a tumble and losing his sparkly Stormtrooper helmet, the odds weren't in this character's favor for an electrifying future. It was revealed that this character was both Vince McMahon's son and the Raw Anonymous general manager. Despite getting a big WWE debut match and a win at WrestleMania 29 against Chris Jericho, this wrestler hasn't been doing many victory dances. The last we saw of this unique wrestler in 2003, Vince McMahon had Brock Lesnar push him down a flight of stairs in a wheelchair.
Gobbledygooker. Shockmaster. Hornswoggle. Fandango. Zach Gowen.
4. Before The Undertaker. Mark Calloway made his debut in 1984 for World Class Championship Wrestling WCCW under this name. On February 2, 1989, managed by this man, he debuted as the Master of Pain, a character fresh out of the United States Penitentiary, Atlanta, after serving 5 years, much in solitary confinement, for killing 2 men in a fight. The Master of Pain won his first professional wrestling championship over this royal figure of wrestling. In 1989, Calloway joined World Championship Wrestling WCW as a villain and adopted this ring name, a name devised for him by Terry Funk. Callis was promptly drafted into the Skyscrapers tag team with Dangerous Dan Spivey to replace this legitimately injured wrestler.
Texas Red. Dutch Mantel. Jerry the King Lawler. Mean Mark Callis. Sid Vicious.
5. WCW Cruiserweights. He defeated 6 for the WCW Cruiserweight title at a house show on June 28, 1997 that was broadcast over the internet as Saturday Nitro. Two women briefly held the WCW Cruiserweight title, Daphne and this woman. On July 1st, 2000, this Canadian won the WCW Cruiserweight title on Monday Nitro and simultaneously held it with the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship and WCW Hardcore Championship. Between the WCW and WWE, he's had the most reigns with the Cruiserweight title at 8. He was the last WCW Cruiserweight champion before the company was sold to WWF. Overall, he has the most combined days as champion with 532.
Chris Jericho. Medusa. Lance Storm. Rey Mysterio Jr. Gregory or Shane Helms.
In the meantime and in between time, that's it for this episode. Thanks for playing.